What is up, YouTube? This is the Peekaboo here, bringing you another black and white Wi-Fi battle. This one is an RU tier match against Tacozx from the Quid Zat chat room. A link to that in the description below. Now, we had two battles. The first battle really wasn't the greatest because he wasn't using a competitive team, but in the second battle, I was using the exact same team. So he knows my team, and he knows the movesets, and he knows my battling style, which really hurt me because I overpredicted a lot as a result. But it made the battle a lot more interesting, so I hope you guys enjoy. Now, this team is really similar to the last team I had in the last video, and it's pretty much the same team except I replaced Farfetch'd for Honchkrow, and it made the team a lot more solid. And I've been testing this team out on Pokemon Online, and I've gotten to the top 30 within a few battles, which really shows how good this team really is. Anyways, I'm going to go for the payback. Surprisingly, this Drifblim is going to live with a Slither health, despite the fact that Drifblim has abysmal defenses. And he's going to go for the Tailwind, and if you guys don't know what that does, it increases the user's speed by 2 times faster for 4 turns. And he's going to live the hit, and as a result, he's going to fire off a Psychic, which is a really uncommon move on a Drifblim. And that's going to hurt my Hariyama because now it's at such a low health to a point where any of his Pokemon can come in and take my Hariyama out. And you guys may think going for the close combat is a really stupid move, but it's actually a practical move because if he switched out, it would have taken out any of his Pokemon, and I know the burn is going to take out the Drifblim anyways. But at this point, he's going to go into Hitmonchan to try to take out my Hariyama with a Fire Punch. I'm going to go into my Cresselia to take the hit because it's a defensive wall, and I know he's going to switch out, and therefore I'm going to go for the substitute as he brings in a Tauros. And Tauros can pretty much threaten my Cresselia because with the sheer force and rock climb, it's going to deal a lot of damage, despite the fact that I am a physical wall. So at this point, I'm going to go for the Psyshock just to deal some extra damage before he takes out my sub, but he is going to miss, and an unfortunate series of hacks does occur in these few turns, because he's going to miss, and then he's going to hit his second one, but unfortunately for him, this time my Psyshock is actually going to get a critical hit, which is going to leave his Tauros at really low health. And I guess that kind of benefited him later on, as you'll see, because I overpredicted due to this hacks. But yeah, I guess that's my fault. And yeah, at this point, I'm going to switch out into my Rhyperior, knowing that he's going to go for the second Rock Climb because it does the maximum amount of damage against Cresselia. But it's still going to deal a lot of damage to Rhyperior, despite the fact that Rhyperior resists and it's pretty bulky. But at this point, I know he's going to go for the Earthquake, and therefore I'm going to go into my Honchkrow. And I know that in the last battle he played relatively conservative, so I was thinking he would want to leave or switch his Tauros out to save it for later, and therefore I went for the Brave Bird, predicting his Lilligant to switch in, because I thought he would go into his Lilligant to break the Psycho Punch, and then outspeed, and then go for the Sleep Powder to put my Honchkrow to sleep, because he knows I have Moxie rather than Insomnia. And unfortunately, that doesn't work out. His main intention was to leave his Tauros here as Death Fodder, and that's going to take out my Honchkrow, and that's going to hurt me really bad, because Honchkrow is probably one of the greatest threats against this team, and because he took it out really early, that's going to give him a true advantage. At this point, he's going to bring in a Medicham, and the way he brings it in against a Manectric shows that he is Choice Scarf. So at this point, I'm going to bring in my Hariyama to die to see what he locks himself into, and he locks himself into Ice Punch, which is good, because I'm going to bring in my Lapras at this point, predict the switch, and go for the Blizzard, knowing that he has to switch because he's locked into Ice Punch, and I quad resist that. Unfortunately, I am going to miss, and that really sucks because Blizzard and Hydro Pump combination is going to be a solid 2-hit KO against the Hitmonchan. And yeah, he's going to go for the Thunder Punch. I kind of predicted that. I knew he was not going to go for the close combat, knowing that I do have that Cresselia to pretty much resist and take that hit for ages. And at this point, I'm going to leave my Lapras here, knowing that I thought he would want to switch out because he knows I have a Manectric who would get a Lightning Rod boost and a Rhyperior who is totally immune of the hit. So another pretty much overprediction made me lose my Lapras, so I lost 2 Pokemon for no reason, and that really sucks because had I gone into my Manectric to take the Thunder Punch, I would have been able to actually set up a mini sweep because he doesn't really have a great Manectric counter. So at this point, I know he's going to switch out. That's why I'm going to set up a sub, and I'm going to deal a lot of damage to this Medicham. And I know he locks himself into Psycho Cut because I believe this is choiced as well. He has a lot of choice Pokemon on his team. I believe his Hitmonchan is choiced as well, as you saw that he went for Thunder Punch twice against my Lapras instead of Thunder Punch and then another move predicting my switch. But, yeah, he's locked in, so he has to switch out, and therefore I'm going to set up another substitute as he brings in a Scyther. Now, there are pretty much two Scyther sets. There's the bulky Scyther with the Eviolite Stone, which boosts the defenses by 1.5, or, there's the choiced in some way or offensive with Life Orb. And it looks like he's choiced. This Pokemon is choiced as well. So he has like 3 choiced Pokemon. And his team is like hyper offensive. He has all Pokemon that are like choiced or like Life Orb sweepers, which is absolutely ridiculous. But he's going to lock himself into X Scissor as I fire off an Ice Beam. And looking at that Ice Beam damage, that confirms he's not a bulky Eviolite variant. And rather he is a choiced one. And at this point, I've got 3 Pokemon left. I need to sustain my Cresselia at a fair amount of health. So that's why I leave my Dynavolt here as Death Fodder. And then bring in my Rhyperior. Now, this is a really risky play. He could just go for the X Scissor and deal a lot of damage against his Rhyperior. But I know he's going to go into his Hitmonchan because he knows my Rhyperior is a Rock Polish Sweeper, and therefore if he goes into his Hitmonchan, he can outspeed with his Choice Scarf and take me out. And that's why I went for the Earthquake. Absolutely beautiful play because had he stayed in, that would have been really embarrassing, but I knew he was going to switch out into Hitmonchan, and therefore I'm going to take out his Hitmonchan because of that. And at this point, he's at Lilligant, and that really sucks because he puts me to sleep. I was praying to God he would miss, so I can fire off a Mega Horn and take him out. And now I'm praying that he gets greedy, so I wake up the second turn, and he does go for the Quiver Dance. So if I wake up here, I am going to take out his Lilligant with a Mega Horn. And look, I do wake up, but, oh my god, I am going to misclick and go for the Rock Polish, and that misclick cost the game, because had I gone for the Mega Horn, even if the Lilligant was max HP, it would have taken him out because Rhyperior has around 400 attack with Life Orb, and Mega Horn is 240 base power, counting the super effective damage. And at this point, he's just going to sweep my team with Lilligant due to that misclick, and that really sucks. And yeah, he's just going to take out the team with my Lilligant, with his Lilligant, and yeah, so really, that didn't matter that much. What cost me the game the most was actually my mispredictions. But what can you do? I can't do anything about it. He played pretty well as well. And yeah, at this point he's going to switch out, bring in his Medicham to die. Don't really know why he did that. I guess he wanted to make the match a little closer, to make the battle a 2-0 instead of a 3-0. But at this point it doesn't really matter because I already know I lost. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you guys enjoyed, and if you guys like RU battles, feel free to help support me by pressing the thumbs up, because that's going to spread the battle throughout the Pokemon community. And if you guys enjoyed, feel free to leave a comment question of the day, or a reaction, or a comment. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, if you want to see more content from me, and you aren't subscribed to me already, feel free to click the subscribe button. So this is the Peekaboo. Thank you for watching my battle, and peace out, guys.